In my ongoing journey for hidden knowledge, I came across a book that many have tried to conceal from humanity throughout history due to its transformative power, the Kybalion. This is not just any book, it is a book that reveals deep secrets about the universe and our existence within it. The Kybalion was banned at various times. But why would a book be considered so dangerous? The Kybalion offers a perspective that goes beyond the conventional, presenting ancient principles that challenge our perception of reality. It is said that only the initiated, those deeply immersed in the esoteric arts, could comprehend and utilize its teachings. These secrets can change the way we interact with the world, providing a new understanding of the forces that shape our reality. This book acts as a key to ancient truths, capable of expanding the mind and altering our understanding of the cosmos. The information it contains is not just theoretical, it has the potential to directly influence our daily and spiritual lives. Each page invites the reader to delve deeper into the mysteries of existence, offering insights into how the universe operates and how we can harmonize our actions with these universal forces. So what exactly is the Kybalion, and why have its teachings been kept so secretive? Prepare to expand your mind and challenge everything you think you know about reality. By understanding the Kybalion, you not only gain knowledge, you acquire tools to transform your perception and possibly your life. Now let's move to the first of 10 parts where I will show you the origins and purpose of the Kybalion. But first, just make sure you are already subscribed to the channel, because the upcoming videos will be a series of content that will start to make you see the world we live in differently. The Kybalion is shrouded in mystery. First published in 1908 in Chicago by the Three Initiates, an anonymous group that claimed direct knowledge of ancient Hermetic teachings. But why were these teachings kept hidden, and who were these initiates? This book is attributed to the wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure who is said to have held profound mystical knowledge dating back to ancient Egypt. The stated purpose of the Kybalion was to simplify and convey the 7 Hermetic principles, a series of esoteric laws intended to explain the nature of the universe and the relationship between spirit and matter. These principles were designed not just as theory, but as a practical guide for those seeking to understand the forces that govern our reality and how we can align our lives with these forces to achieve personal and spiritual growth. The time of its publication coincides with a revival of interest in esotericism and mystical philosophies in the West, a period where the search for knowledge beyond materialism was soaring. The Kybalion was designed to satisfy this thirst for profound knowledge, offering insights that were both ancient and extremely relevant to the modern challenges of human existence. The book stands out for being accessible without sacrificing depth. It attempts to demystify complex esoteric concepts and make them understandable for those who are ready to explore beyond the superficial. By reading the Kybalion, we are invited on a journey of discovery, where each Hermetic principle reveals more about how we can live more harmoniously and intentionally. This guide serves as a beacon for spiritual explorers, showing that ancient knowledge can be applied in practical and transformative ways in our daily lives. Thus, the Kybalion is not just a book, it is a bridge between the mystical past and the present in search of meaning, inviting all who dare to learn to live in harmony with universal laws. Within the pages of the Kybalion, we find a structure organized around 7 fundamental Hermetic principles, which serve as the backbone of its esoteric philosophy. These principles are not merely theoretical concepts. They are presented as universal laws that, when understood and applied, can profoundly influence our perception and interaction with the world around us. Principle of mentalism: the all is mind, the universe is mental. This principle places the mind as the foundation of everything that exists, suggesting that all matter and energy are manifestations of the universal mind. This idea resonates with modern concepts of reality, where perception and consciousness play crucial roles in shaping our experience of the world. By understanding this principle, we begin to realize that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality in tangible ways. Principle of correspondence: as above so below, as below so above. This principle suggests that there is a harmony, a correspondence between the various planes of existence, from the physical to the spiritual. By observing the patterns of nature and the cosmos, we can infer truths about the invisible or the spiritual. This principle helps us understand that we are connected to a greater whole, and that by exploring this connection, we can access wisdom and insights about the workings of the universe. Principle of vibration: nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle reveals that at the heart of every particle in the universe there is motion. All matter, from the tiniest particle to the largest star, is in constant vibration. Understanding this principle allows us to see the world as a set of intertwined frequencies, and by tuning into these frequencies, we can affect the reality around us. Principle of polarity: everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. The equal and the unequal are the same, opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. This principle teaches us about the dual nature of everything in the universe. By understanding that all phenomena have an opposite and that true understanding comes from the synthesis of these opposites, we can achieve a deeper balance in our lives and interactions. Principle of rhythm: everything flows in and out, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall, the swing of the pendulum manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. This principle speaks of the constancy of universal motion in terms of cycles. Just like the tides of the ocean, everything in life has a rhythm or a cycle that repeats. Knowing this allows us to anticipate and prepare for the phases of life, using them to our advantage. Principle of cause and effect: every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for a law not recognized. There are many planes of causality, but nothing escapes the law. This principle removes the notion of coincidence, showing that we are always in a web of causes and effects. Understanding this, we become more aware of our actions and their repercussions in our lives and in the world. Principle of gender: gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This principle acknowledges that both masculine and feminine energies exist in all things and that the balance between these energies is essential for creation and universal harmony. These 7 principles, when integrated and understood, offer a powerful way to understand and interact with the world. They challenge us to look beyond superficial appearances and to explore the depths of esoteric reality. By applying these principles in our daily lives, we open doors to growth and understanding that go beyond the ordinary, allowing us to achieve true harmony with the universe. As we turn each page of the Kybalion, we are led along a path illuminated by esoteric insights. This book not only shares knowledge, it challenges us to expand our view of the world by presenting a deeper and more comprehensive perspective of reality. Each Hermetic principle reveals additional layers of understanding, encouraging us to question preconceived notions and explore the infinite possibilities of our existence. The journey through the Kybalion is one of self-discovery and transformation. The teachings in the book are organized in such a way that each new concept builds upon the previous one, forming a robust framework of wisdom that can be applied in both mundane and spiritual matters. As we explore these concepts, we begin to realize that esoteric knowledge is not just about understanding the occult, but about applying these universal truths in ways that can enhance our daily lives and our interactions with others. Each Hermetic principle acts as a key that unlocks new ways of thinking and being. For example, by applying the principle of mentalism, we understand that our thoughts have the power to shape our reality. This empowers us to take control over our lives by consciously choosing thoughts that will lead us to positive outcomes. Similarly, by integrating the principle of correspondence into our worldview, we begin to see the connections between the macro and the micro, between the universe and the individual, helping us to understand our position and purpose within the cosmos. Practicing these principles leads us to a more sophisticated understanding of reality. For example, by contemplating the principle of vibration, we begin to realize that everything around us is in constant movement and change, and that we can influence these vibrations to create harmony in our lives. At the same time, by exploring the principle of rhythm, we learn to flow with the tides of life, accepting the natural cycles of rise and fall, which allows us to deal with challenges and opportunities more effectively. The Kybalion also serves as a bridge between the past and the present, bringing ancient wisdom that has eternal relevance. The Hermetic teachings offer not just a lens through which we can view the world, but also practical tools for living more consciously and fully. For example, by understanding the principle of polarity, we can start to see opposites as extremes of the same phenomenon and find balance even in conflict situations. Moreover, the study and application of Hermetic principles provide a solid foundation for personal and spiritual development. They challenge us to grow and evolve, to transform not just our perception of the world, but also our very essence. By engaging deeply with the teachings of the Kybalion, we are invited to rethink not just what we believe to be possible, but also what we believe to be true about ourselves and the world around us. In this way, the Kybalion is not simply a book of esoteric wisdom. It is a guide for a richer and more fulfilling life, a tool for personal transformation that continues to resonate through the ages. Each reader who ventures through its pages is invited to become an explorer of the spiritual, an alchemist of the soul, using the Hermetic principles to shape their journey through life and beyond. Comment below if you already knew about this information. The Kybalion, though a publication from the early 20th century, carries with it a lineage of thought that spans millennia. Hermeticism, the philosophical current to which the Kybalion belongs, has roots that trace back to ancient Egypt and mystical figures like Hermes Trismegistus, who is considered a sage, an alchemist, and a magician. This legendary character is often associated with divine wisdom and the revelation of hidden secrets, central elements in Hermeticism. The impact of Hermeticism on Western culture is vast and deeply rooted. During the Renaissance, for example, this esoteric tradition experienced a revival, influencing thinkers, artists, and scientists who sought to harmonize science, religion, and philosophy. Hermeticism offered a worldview that was both mystical and practical, proposing that spiritual understanding could be achieved through the exploration and manipulation of the natural world. Hermetic teachings emphasize the unity of all things and the correspondence between the material and spiritual planes, ideas that resonate across various spiritual and religious traditions around the world. The principle as above, so below, for example, can be seen in Eastern philosophies that discuss the microcosm and macrocosm, showing how patterns of nature and the universe are reflected within each individual. Furthermore, Hermeticism has played a significant role in the formation of various secret societies and esoteric orders in Europe, which have preserved and transmitted these teachings through the centuries. These societies often saw Hermeticism not just as a philosophy, but as a living practice that could lead to self-improvement and, eventually, spiritual enlightenment. In modern times, the impact of Hermeticism extends to the arts, psychology, and the new age of spirituality. In art, the Hermetic influence can be seen in the symbolism used by many artists who explore spiritual and occult themes. In psychology, figures like Carl Jung were deeply influenced by Hermetic concepts, especially the idea that the macrocosm and microcosm are interconnected, a notion he incorporated into his theory of the collective unconscious. Hermeticism, through the Kybalion and other works, continues to offer a rich tapestry of ideas that challenge our understanding of reality and encourage a continual quest for knowledge and understanding. It is a tradition that not only connects us with the past, but also provides tools to navigate the present and build the future. By studying these ancient principles, we are invited to reflect on our own lives and explore the hidden connections between the spiritual and the material, between the divine and the human. By applying the teachings of Hermeticism, we are participating in a millennia-old tradition of seeking wisdom, a journey that has shaped countless generations and continues to inspire those who seek to understand the deeper mysteries of life. The practical application of the Hermetic principles from the Kybalion can be a transformative journey, shaping not only individual perception but also influencing concrete actions in everyday life. Now I will show you how these ancient principles, when understood and integrated, can manifest in our modern lives. The principle of mentalism teaches us that the all is mind. This suggests that our reality is influenced, if not shaped, by our thoughts and intentions. In a practical context, this might mean that by cultivating positive and focused thoughts, we can effectively influence the outcomes in our lives. Imagine how this understanding could transform approaches in areas such as mental health, where the power of positive thinking is often employed to combat conditions like anxiety and depression. Next, the principle of correspondence, as above so below, as below so above, helps us understand the symmetries and synchronicities between the macro and the microcosm. In everyday life, this can translate into recognizing patterns that repeat on different scales, from personal habits to global events. For example, the way we manage personal conflicts might reflect the methods we find most effective in larger contexts, such as in the workplace or in international relations. The principle of vibration, which states that everything moves, everything vibrates, reminds us that we are constantly in motion and changing. This principle can be particularly useful in mindfulness and meditation practices, where awareness of the universe's constant vibratory nature can help individuals connect more deeply with the present moment and the dynamic reality around them. Additionally, the principle of polarity shows us that everything is dual. In practice, this encourages us to seek balance and understand that opposites are just two extremes of the same spectrum. This can be applied to managing emotions or dealing with differing opinions, promoting a more balanced and tolerant approach in social interactions and debates. The principle of rhythm emphasizes the importance of cycles in everything flows, in and out. In everyday life, this can help us recognize and respect the natural cycles of life, such as the rhythms of work and rest, allowing for a more harmonious life and less resistance to inevitable changes. The principle of cause and effect teaches that every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. This is perhaps one of the most directly applicable principles, emphasizing the importance of personal responsibility and showing that our actions have consequences. Understanding this can lead to more conscious choices and greater alignment between our values and our actions. Finally, the principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Invites us to explore and balance the masculine and feminine energies within us, promoting a more holistic sense of being and interacting in the world. Each of these principles, when applied, offers a new dimension of understanding and a powerful tool to navigate and enhance our life experience. They are not just esoteric theories, but practical guidelines that can help guide decisions, improve relationships, and promote deep personal and spiritual growth. If you are finding value in this video, please leave a like. It really makes a difference for us and helps others discover our content. Deepening our understanding of the Hermetic principles, let's consider in more detail the principle of polarity and the principle of rhythm, exploring how they manifest in our lives and how we can use these concepts to achieve greater harmony and understanding. Principle of polarity. The principle of polarity teaches that everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. In practice, this means that every aspect of life comes with its opposite. Joy and sadness, love and hate, peace and conflict are all examples of how polarity manifests in our everyday experience. But the true wisdom of this principle lies not just in recognizing these opposites, but in understanding that they are extremes of the same continuum. This understanding can be applied to manage emotions and conflicts more effectively. Instead of being overwhelmed by one emotional state, we recognize that we can move our experience along the spectrum and find a balance. For example, if we find ourselves stuck in sadness, we can consciously seek activities or thoughts that move us towards joy, understanding that these states are not fixed but fluid. Principle of rhythm. The principle of rhythm states that everything flows in and out, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. This concept is a powerful reminder that life is a series of cycles and phases. Just like the tides of the ocean and the phases of the moon, our lives are marked by periods of growth and contraction, of action and rest. Applying the principle of rhythm to our daily lives helps us align our actions with the natural flow of things. For instance, it may be more productive to accept a period of low energy as a natural phase of recharging, rather than fighting against it. Similarly, recognizing when we are at the peak of our energy can encourage us to take advantage of these moments to advance in projects and goals. Furthermore, this principle can be a valuable tool in time management and planning. Knowing that everything has a rhythm allows us to better plan for the highs and lows, anticipating and preparing for changes, rather than being caught off guard. Applying polarity and rhythm together. When we combine the understanding of polarity with rhythm, we gain an even deeper insight into how to navigate life. We know that not only do opposites exist, but they also move in cycles. This dual perspective equips us to face challenges with greater balance and to see adversities as part of a larger cycle, knowing that after a descent, an ascent is imminent. In summary, by embracing these principles in our lives, we cultivate a resilience that comes from a deep understanding of the natural laws of the universe. We become more adept at flowing with changes, balancing our energies, and using the rhythms of life to our advantage. This wisdom not only helps us live more consciously and satisfactorily, but also prepares us to contribute more effectively and harmoniously to the world around us. Exploring the Hermetic principles of gender and cause and effect provides us with powerful tools to understand and transform both the internal and external worlds. These principles are fundamental to perceive how we interact with the universe and how energy dynamics influence all facets of life. Principle of gender. The principle of gender states that gender is in everything. Everything has its male and female principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This principle extends beyond physical biology and speaks to the energetic qualities present in all forms of creation. Masculine characteristics are generally associated with assertiveness, logic, and action, while feminine qualities are linked to receptivity, intuition, and creation. In practical life, understanding and balancing these energies can aid in everything from relationship dynamics to the management of businesses or personal projects. For instance, in a project, applying masculine energy might mean setting clear goals and making decisive decisions, while employing feminine energy could involve nurturing ideas and allowing them to evolve organically. Principle of cause and effect. The principle of cause and effect asserts that every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law. This principle teaches us that nothing happens by chance and that every action has a corresponding reaction. In everyday life, this implies that we are responsible for the consequences of our actions. This understanding can transform our approach to decision-making, encouraging us to act more consciously and deliberately. For example, if we face challenges in our relationships, understanding this principle can lead us to examine our past actions that may have contributed to the current situation. Thus, we can choose future actions that may create more positive effects. Applying the principles together. The joint application of the principles of gender and cause and effect equips us with a deep understanding of how our actions and our energy influence our reality. By being aware of the balance between masculine and feminine energies in our actions, we can create more harmonious and effective conditions for our goals. Furthermore, by recognizing that every action has a reaction, we begin to see our lives as a web of interconnected causes and effects. This gives us a powerful perspective on personal responsibility and how we can shape our lives and our communities in a positive way. These principles not only enrich our personal understanding but also have broader implications, helping us build more balanced and sustainable societies. When we apply these universal laws, we are able to see beyond the superficialities of everyday life and access a deeper understanding of the reality that surrounds us. The journey through the Hermetic principles of the Kybalion is more than a theoretical exploration. It is a personal transformation that manifests in the way we experience and influence the world around us. Each principle, when truly understood and integrated, has the potential to revolutionize not just our internal views but also our external interactions. The impact of these ancient teachings can be deeply personal. For example, the principle of mentalism teaches us that we are co-creators of our reality. This understanding can lead to a significant shift in self-perception and confidence, encouraging us to take a more active and conscious role in shaping our experiences and our environment. Adopting the principle of correspondence allows us to see the connections between the microcosm and macrocosm, which can assist in our search for meaning and purpose. By understanding that the same patterns manifest at different levels of reality, we can begin to apply solutions and strategies from one aspect of our life to another, finding harmony and consistency in our actions and beliefs. Beyond the individual impact, the Hermetic principles have the power to influence communities and societies. The principle of vibration, for example, teaches us that everything is in constant motion and that we can influence this vibration with our own energies. This understanding can foster a more empathetic and attuned society, where people are more aware of how their actions and emotions affect others. The application of the principle of rhythm can help communities better plan for economic and social cycles, adopting a more proactive and prepared approach to natural changes and challenges. Global implications. On an even larger scale, understanding and applying the Hermetic principles can contribute to addressing global problems. Recognizing the interconnection of all aspects of life can lead to more sustainable and respectful solutions to environmental, economic, and social issues. Each principle of the Kybalion, therefore, is not just a philosophical lesson but a practical guideline for a more conscious and harmonious life. These principles encourage deeper reflection on how our beliefs and actions shape not just our personal future, but also the collective future. As we conclude our exploration of the Hermetic principles of the Kybalion, we reflect on how these ancient teachings continue to provide valuable insights for modern life. Each principle acts as a key to unlock deeper layers of understanding and practical application, allowing us not only to perceive reality in a new way but also to shape it in a more conscious and harmonious manner. The discovery through the Kybalion is, essentially, a journey of personal and collective transformation. It challenges us to question, adapt, and integrate ancient wisdom into our contemporary context, aiming for a more balanced and fulfilling life. The lessons of the Kybalion equip us to face challenges with greater wisdom and understanding, inspiring us to live according to principles that resonate through the ages. This is just the beginning of a continuous exploration of the mysteries of the universe and our place within it. The wisdom of the Kybalion is a perennial invitation to those who seek depth and meaning in their lives. May this introduction serve as a starting point for an even richer and more revealing journey. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with friends who may benefit from this message. We look forward to seeing you in future videos, where we will continue to explore topics that illuminate and enrich our lives. See you next time.